Hello, you beautiful creatures, and thank you so much for joining me again on another Monday. This is not Musical Saturday, but it felt appropriate, so that's what you're getting from me. So I wanted to tell you all today for today's Monday lesson, because these warm-ups have turned into lessons, have turned into affirmations, and today it's going to be actors etiquette. That's right, actors etiquette. So why, oh why, Miss Alex, are you talking about actors etiquette? Well, there's a lot to know, there's not always a person who's going to tell you what an actor's job is. There's not always going to be a person to tell you how you should treat your fellow actor during an audition process. Basically, this is going to just go through a couple of the things that all actors should know and all actors should do so that you are a fellow actor rather than a grumpy crotchety actor. So let's start at the basics. When you are going into an audition, when you are trying to find a new theater to call home, when you're trying to find a new troupe of players to collaborate with, you're gonna wanna know actors etiquette. So if you're going into a new space, you kind of don't want to be that person to take over right away. You want to get the lay of the land. There's a very good exercise that we do during improvisation where you just walk around the room and you just identify the room. And that's what you want to do when you're going into a new theater troupe or a new play, new musical, new job. You're going to want to walk around the room and test the waters a little bit just to see where your place is there. When you're going into an audition, the first thing you're going to be doing is, if you haven't already, filled out your audition form if they haven't provided one for you. You're also going to have your resume ready with a headshot. Make sure your resume is clean. Now, some people do this, some people don't. You can actually have your resume on any color paper you choose. It's not a rule that it must be on white photo stock paper or anything like that. You can have a neon yellow audition sheet and maybe they're like, wow, what was that girl? The one that had the yellow sheet? Maybe we should work with her. When you enter into an audition room, you're going to want to say hello to everyone. Be the friendly one, because they're not only auditioning your talents, they're auditioning if they can actually work with you for probably up to about 6 months at a time sometimes. Obviously, some shows last less than that, but they want to be able to use you for future projects. It's not always about how talented the person is, because you can have so much talent in the world. You're the best person they've ever seen. You're amazing. You can hit every note, but you're not nice. You're not collaborative. You're not helpful. And that's never a good sign. You want to be likable in a sense. It's also networking. When an actor goes into a new space, they have to be able to network with the new group that they have discovered. And you really want to be able to keep that going, because if a casting director really likes you, sometimes they'll call you in specifically. Oh, I have a new project. When you auditioned last time, you didn't fit that role, but you fit this one and you seemed really easy to work with. So do you mind coming in? And that's all it takes. Even knowing your place in the technical department is a huge thing. So everyone has their job. Everyone has their place. Yes. But if someone asks you, hey, can you help me out with this? And the reply that's gotten is, well, that's not my job. You don't want to say that. Again, this is all about networking, right? You want to have a good standing with every single department that's there. So if you're an actor and the lighting guy is like, oh, hey, can you hand me that? You're not going to go, oh, sorry. You're going to say, yes, of course. Because it's just as much your show as it is the next person's, as it is the directors, the producers, the lighting guy, the sound guy, whatever, right? You are the parents and the show is your baby. So you all, no matter how many people are actors and crew, might be up to 20, 30, 40 people, This show's your baby and you want it to go well. So you're going to help people out when they ask you to. Now, again, actors, when you're going into a new place like an audition, I understand auditions are a competitive area. Of course, everyone wants the job, right? But you have to keep in mind that if you're going to work with these people for about 3 months, it's another networking opportunity. Now, some people do not like when you talk to them before auditions, and that's totally understandable because it's their process, and you shouldn't take that to heart. If you get ignored during a wait for an audition, and you might have to wait for up to 3-4 hours to get called in because you're number 280 something, you are gonna want to make friends. You're gonna want to bide your time. You're gonna want to bring a book. You're gonna want to bring headphones. And sometimes people are not gonna want to talk, and that's okay. As an actor, it kind of hurts your soul when people don't want to talk to you because you talk so much in your life, you would think, right? But it's okay. It's not against you. It's just the process. I know that before I go into an audition, I'll be really, really chatty. And then as I know that my time is coming, I get really quiet because I want to focus and I want to get into whatever character or whatever mindset I believe I need for that audition. Also, a really, really good thing to do when going into a new audition space is to just walk around. You should just walk around. Even if it annoys people a little bit, you should walk around the space. Get to know your space and get to feel comfortable within that space. Even if it's a new workspace, if you are someone who does not do theater, you will never do theater, but you work in an office and you're going into a new office environment, you're working at a new restaurant, you're going to be at a construction site, you're gonna wanna know your space. Especially with the construction site and the waitering and the restaurantness, you got to know your area. Now, I say this actually not to be funny this time, but to be for serials. Let's take the waiter example. If you're working in the restaurant industry and you're a server or you are a busboy or you are a chef, whichever aspect of it, even the managerialness of it, you're going to want to know your space. Restaurants are very high stakes areas, just like in theater. When you go into a restaurant, what's the first thing you see? A waiter going, because that's what I see. You see a manager completely on top of it. You see them running around, getting people seated. You see the chef sometimes. Sometimes you can see the kitchen, and you see the chef running around, checking on things, getting things ready. You see the other cooks in the kitchen doing their thing, working as one unit. There's a flow going on, right? And it's just like that with theater. There's a certain flow that happens during the entire process. And as a waiter gets more experienced, they are much faster. They can bob and weave through everything, right? A less experienced waiter kind of staggers through the crowd. But if you take the time to walk through the space, get to know your space, you feel much more comfortable in it and can bob and weave just like the experts in a much shorter amount of time. We do this a lot with improvisation because you need to be able to trust your fellow person as quickly as possible, and you need to be able to know your space as quickly as possible. So the first thing we do when we enter into a new room is we walk around the space for a good couple of minutes. We walk around the space in different moods. We walk around the space doing weird stuff so that we get comfortable with it. And we even do blind eye spy. So you walk around the room, you close your eyes, and you have to point to whatever the director tells you to. And if you can know where that item is with your eyes closed, then you know your space. Basically, in short, what I'm trying to tell you guys is be nice. Be a good sport. You know, you are in here to work with people. If you think the theater industry is something else, then you're in the wrong place. This is a collaborative area where you are to work with groups of people constantly. Some people you're not going to agree with, and some people you're not going to get along with, but that is life, my friends. And you know what? You're gonna make it work, and it's okay because you are in charge of your own life. When you go into a space, just be open to it. Say yes and just explore, enjoy the experience in the moment. Don't think about the next 10 steps. There's no point. You are there to work with people. You are there to have fun with people. You are there to make new friends, make new families even. And it's such a beautiful space to have an artistic way and a non-judgmental way to create. Theater is something that is beautiful. Theater is something that is educational. Theater is something that is loving and kind and giving. And it also takes, but what it takes is much less than what it gives. What it takes is really your time. So always remember to be a kind actor. Always remember to be a kind stage manager, a kind techie, a kind designer, a kind director, producer, all of the above. It all matters and it's all amazing. And when it comes together at the end, it's such a beautiful thing to see. Theater is my life. I don't know if it is yours as well, but I hope this video taught you something new, something fun, and something to think about. Thank you so much, you beautiful creature, for sticking with me until the end of the video. I hope that you have an amazing, beautiful, and majestical rest of your Monday. This is Improv is offering classes online at www.thisisimprov.com, where you can take drop-in improv classes, private classes, writing classes, or corporate team building. If you really love podcasts and you really enjoy the sound of my voice, you can listen to our podcast. This is Legends of Yesterday, where we talk about histories, mysteries, and ghost stories of Florida. So if you have something weird, strange, creepy, or fun historically that has happened in Florida, you can email us at info@thisisimprov.com, and you can hear on the podcast. Or you can record yourself saying these things and listen to us react to your voice on the podcast. Again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Alexandra with This is Improv. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye. Hello, everybody. My name is Alexandra.
And I'm Angelica.
And this is
Legends of Yesterday,
where we talk about histories, mysteries, and ghost stories of South Florida.
And well, the only she's trapped there, so it's like a purgatory kind of hell.
What is around us then? It's really made Davie such a special place.